You've spent months gearing up for this moment, and now it's almost here, the day you'll be sitting for the ACT. You may have planned out an entire prep schedule right up until the day before the exam. That's the day when a lot of students get stuck. They don't want to do too much, but they feel strange doing nothing to prepare. Folks, I'm going to walk you through how you can make the most of that very strange, strangely important, super confusing, fast and slow day before the ACT. First things first, you get all of the usual advice out of the way because it's good advice. Make sure you know how to get to the test center. If you haven't been there before, do a dry run. Test day is no time for surprises. Next, spend some time organizing everything you'll need to bring with you in the morning. The nice folks at the ACT have put together a list of items that you'll need. For starters, you'll need your ticket, printed off from your online ACT account, even if you receive the ticket in the mail. That way, you know about any last-minute changes to the location. If you don't bring that, your scores could be delayed. You'll also need photo ID, number 2 pencils, not mechanical pencils, and no beeping watches, a permitted calculator, and snacks for your break. In addition to the items you must bring, the ACT folks also provide you with a list of items that you must not bring into the testing room. These include textbooks and study aids, highlighters and whiteout, any electronics besides your permitted calculator, and of course, cell phones and smart watches. If you did bring your cell phone to call for a ride after the test, not to Snapchat your friends after the test, turn it off before going into the test center and leave it in your bag the entire time. After you pack your bag, lay out your plan of what to wear and make sure you've got layers. You don't know how warm or cold the test room is going to be. ACT gives you the option to change whether you're taking the writing test on test day. Resources permitted, you'd get billed later. But now I've told you about this option, I want to discourage you from exercising it unless it's absolutely a must. The decision about whether to take the writing section should have been made well before the day prior to the exam, and adding uncertainty to those final moments is precisely what I hope you will not do. As of September 2020, you'll have all sorts of other options, whether to take the test in its entirety on paper or on computer, or whether to take the test subsequent times in up to 3 individual sections on a computer. You can check out our ACT video for a complete rundown of all the changes. Now, back to your day before the test. You may be tempted to log more study hours, whether it's cramming geometry formulas or taking yet another practice test. Folks, don't indulge in that urge. You're not really going to pick up any new information at this point. Instead, you're more likely to feel burned out. You need to trust that you've done your preparation and done it well. This is important, so I'm going to say it again. Your preparation was enough. Believe in yourself. Believe that you're ready. Now, this doesn't mean that you should avoid looking at the ACT materials altogether. If you want to review general strategies, go ahead. If you'd like to reread your notes or work through an easy problem, go for it. The point is, though, it is to increase your confidence. Besides increasing your confidence, do a couple of things that help you be physically ready for the test. First of all, do some light exercise during the day. This will help you relax and give you a bit more oxygen to help you think better during the test. Overall, you should aim to have a relatively quiet night, doing something that you find calming. Maybe kick back with a favorite movie, whatever gets you laughing and relaxing. Don't try to blow off steam by going out to a party the night before the exam. Eat a healthy, balanced meal of food that you've had in the past and try to make it an early night. Set an alarm or 3. If your anxiety makes it difficult to sleep, folks, don't panic. That's just going to send your mind racing, which means it's even harder to drift off. It is a vicious cycle. Instead, try one or several of these techniques. Do a few deep breathing exercises. This will slow down your heart rate and help you relax. Put on some music that's 60 beats per minute. This should have a calming effect. Avoid screens. I know it can be rather tempting to pick them up, but the light emanating from devices actually tricks your brain into thinking that the sun's out. Ultimately, this can make it a lot harder to fall asleep. When you get up in the morning, do a little light exercise. Think jumping jacks to wake up your body and work through any easy question that you've done before to wake up your mind. Finally, if you're feeling a rush of anxiety in the days leading up to the ACT, no, you're not alone. It's very common. Channel your stress towards purposeful action. Take a few deep breaths and watch our videos about reducing test anxiety. Folks, as always, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to our channel for the latest, greatest test anxiety relieving strategies about the ACT and lots of tips. I hope you feel a little more relaxed heading into the ACT now. Remember, you've got this, and we are cheering you on from the Princeton Review every step of the way.